We ready.
Okay, we are live. I'm going to share this out quick.
Okay.
Probably take a couple minutes for anybody to pop on here.
So what's new?
Oh, a
Absolutely.
lot. Come on, computer. There we go. Yeah, it's working. It's just a little slow. Like me.
Now I sound like an echo.
Hang on a second. Okay, there's that. If anybody's popping on, I'm not seeing you. I am just getting this shared out real quick. So we'll get things rolling here in just a second.
Getting the ducks shared out.
Yeah, we're putting the flock of ducks out here. Okay, and we are live now on YouTube as well.
Perfect.
So I'm going to turn that volume down here. Give me just a second. There we go. Hey, Matt, how you doing tonight?
I'm going to get right by the router so I don't echo. How's that?
That works.
I'm sitting on top of the router. Like right on top of it.
Hey, that works. If that's what it takes, that's what it takes.
Yeah.
Hey, Jolene, how you doing? All right. Got this baby shared out, so hopefully we'll get some people coming on here pretty soon. Welcome to the Otter's Den and Cool and Groovy Things with Keith and Joni. It is Monday, September 14th. And we have got a lot going on out there. So much I can't even keep track of it.
Way too much.
We have got, what do we got? We got wildfires, California to Oregon, and they are now moving in towards the center of the United States. And we now know that these fires are being started by A, Antifa, and B, environmentalists who are trying to bring attention to global warming. If you can make sense out of that at all.
0 cents.
Knew you'd catch it. Knew it.
None.
Yeah. Hey, Melody.
So that screws up with our astrology too, because Mars is in retro, so the fire should be stopping.
Yeah, and I think if they weren't still setting them, I think they probably would be slowing down and getting under control. But there's been several people that have been arrested for arson out there.
Good.
And yeah, they need to catch these people and hold them responsible. It's crazy. You know, there's people are losing their homes and their livelihood, and it's just nuts. But if you think about it, you know, the story of the Phoenix burns up and rises from its own ashes. Look at how many problems California's had for decades. Well, it's burning up. So maybe it's going to clean itself up a little bit.
It needs to.
Yeah. And they just passed a law. I just saw this right before I got on. They lowered the punishments for child molestation, sexual molestation. I can't wrap my head around why you would lower the penalties for that crime. I'm looking up there going, okay, why is that happening? You know, what lesson is here? There's got to be a lesson somewhere in it, but so far I can't find it.
I don't understand it. Maybe this is their karma for the fires.
That could be. I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, we've got Mars going direct.
Yes.
Mars rules Aries. So we got war, we got fire.
No, Mars is in retro.
Isn't okay? Yeah, retro.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. So tempers are going to be flaring out there. I'm already seeing it. I'm feeling it big time. I got a lot going on personally, but hey, Shannon, how you doing? Got a lot personally going on, so I'm really trying to watch my temper. Almost lost it last night, but I didn't. I talked to myself, I grounded myself, and I was good. You can feel it coming on. When you feel it coming on, go outside, go for a walk, take a shower, take a bath, something. Do something that you feel comfortable with and relaxes you. That way, as you're doing that, you can think through why you're getting angry. And doing that last night really helped me understand a lot of things, a lot of feelings that I've been feeling for a long time, but haven't dealt with. And it's time to deal with this. It's time to get it done. It's time. These retrogrades, they can be rough, but if you work with them instead of fight them, they can actually benefit you and teach you. We just had Jupiter go direct on the 12th. Jupiter is an earth sign. I'm trying to remember. Sometimes my brain doesn't work right. So
it's our sign of abundance. It's the sign of happiness. It's a great thing that it's gone forward. We need it.
Yeah. So throughout I think late December, abundance. That's the key that they're trying to give us. They're trying to give us abundance, but we got to work. We're not going to just be able to sit on our butts and have everything handed to us. We have to go out and work in order for that abundance to come to us, because us doing our work is us telling these planets, spirit, that, we want this and we're willing to chip in and help. And then that's very important to them.
It's
absolutely. If you're just sitting there, drawing off the state, they're seeing that. If you're sitting there watching TV expecting, Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes guys to knock on your door, that's probably not going to happen. You might get lucky. You might. But probably not.
A great way is you get back what you put out. So if your life is miserable, you need to ask yourself, why? Yeah. What am I putting out there that I'm getting back so much negativity? What changes do I need to make within myself? I get that a lot with readings. Well, I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for that. What are you doing? What are you putting out?
See, I made that mistake. I kept thinking to myself, okay, when this happens, my life's going to get better. Okay, now when this happens, my life's going to get better. No. I need to be able to be comfortable with where I'm at right now, be happy in my own skin right now. Once I get that done, which I'm in the process, still having my days here and there, but I'm getting there. This new thing's going to take a little while to work out, but I got that. Once we get happy and comfortable in our situation, even if we're having issues, we're still a good person. We can be happy with that. We can love ourselves. Once we get that done, then what we want will come to us. The universe will say, okay, you're good. Hey, here, attaboy. Here's that job you wanted. Here's that car you wanted. Here's that boyfriend or girlfriend you wanted. Here's that puppy you wanted, that you didn't think you were going to be able to afford. Oh, look, I got a new job. I can afford my puppy. That's just how it works. And I'm stuttering. I'm stuttering. Why do I keep stuttering?
I don't know. Why are you stuttering?
I don't know. I never stutter, ever. Well, on
I'm
here, but
sitting on top of the router, and I'm still echoing sometimes.
Does anybody out there in TV land hear her echoing? Because she sounds just fine to me.
Do I sound normal to you?
You sound normal to me.
Okay. Good. Well, and I think it's also that when you walk and try very hard to walk with good character and integrity, your prayers will be answered. You don't have to go out and volunteer at a soup kitchen and think that, oh my God, my karma is going to be great. No, it's getting up and walking every day with character, trying. It's being thankful for what you do have.
Absolutely.
Trying to raise your vibrational level with prayer life. It's actually quite easy.
Yeah, even walking down the street, you see somebody throw a can down by the trash can instead of putting it in the trash can. Instead of ripping them apart, it's like, okay, I got this. Walk over, pick it up, and put it in the can. They're going to see you. They're going to hear you. You're still going to affect them. They're still going to know you're doing that, and they can feel guilty in their own little world without a World War II blow up in public. You feel good about yourself because you picked that up for them. You did them a service. You gave them a gift. That's their own karma to deal with, and you have good karma to deal with. And all that those people doing little things like that adds up huge, in the collective. So if you can't even just smiling at somebody who's having a bad day, hey, how you doing? They may bite your head off, but you try to make sure they're okay, and you gave them a smile.
I think it's super important until December. I think trying to be kind is super important until December.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and beyond, but yeah, especially this time.
Yeah.
And they're saying there's a little echo. We'll get it figured out eventually.
I'm sitting here. It is right here. It's like right behind me.
Yep, you got your earbuds in.
I could sit on it and see what happens. We don't want to break the whole router.
I think you're fine. Hey, Randy, Beth, how you doing? Nikki, hey, long time no see, girl. How you doing? Oh, so how's everybody out there doing with all these retrogrades and everything going on? We got, like I said, Jupiter just went direct over the weekend on the 12th.
Yes.
And that I think that actually helped me. I mean, it gave me the courage to do something that I needed to do so that I could get the information that I needed that had been hidden from me for a long time. And I was patient, and I know right where I stand now.
Good.
And that's a good thing. It is good. It is good.
Well, and we have Saturn going forward.
Good. What's
That's
that?
huge at the end of the month. That's karma.
Yeah. Yep. I asked for the information and it was given. And now I can move on.
That's a good thing.
Absolutely.
Moving on is a good thing. And then next week we talked about it, what you can look at in your natal astrology chart for psychic gifts and psychic abilities.
Yes.
This is so interesting. I worked with Ingrid yesterday, and because the 24th degree, she said, is the degree of the psychic. And she had asked me, because I listen to music all the time and I'm getting clues for cases.
There you go.
And she said, the moon has got to be next to Venus and Mercury. Well, it just so happens that my Mercury and moon are identically together on the 24th degree, right next to Venus, all three.
So September 24th?
22nd.
22nd. Okay.
September 22nd, which is 2 and 2. But
22.
to make a long story short, that was back on my natal chart. Back then, to develop the psychic gifts, music would be a big factor in there, and it
Oh,
is.
absolutely. Yeah, because the vibration you get, not only, into your ears, but your body and everything. I mean, vibration is everything out there.
So it's super interesting that if you know that you have intuitive abilities, you know you have gifts, but they're like, where are they? What can I do to enhance my psychic abilities? Well,
Yeah.
Ingrid would have taken one look at my chart as a little girl and said, music. She has to listen to loud music. Bam, it was right there.
Okay.
So I'm sorry I didn't get to look into that more this week, but it was a little busy. We had 2 cases this week, and I just got done with the reading. So I'll have that next week. So in the meantime, if people can get their natal chart, pull it up on Astro Matrix, Cafe Astrology, astro.com, and then you'll have your degrees. We can go over intuitive and psychic degrees that would show up on your chart.
Absolutely. And when you're looking for your chart, if you can have, the day, month, year naturally, but your time of birth and where you were born, the more information you have, the more exact and spot on it's going to be.
And it's very frightening to look at the natal chart. And then when you're getting ready to turn 60 and say, are you kidding me? That was there when I was born. So what a gift that could have been to know if she would just listen to music. I mean, it took years to try to find out what kicks it in.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, it was a traumatic event. Well, a few. But that's what did it for me. And a lot of people, traumatic events kickstart, just boom, there it is. And they have a lot of problems because they don't understand it. They don't understand why they know these things, why they know this or that, why they're supposed to go tell this person they don't know that they should wait 5 minutes before getting in the car to go home, and then there's an accident, 2 minutes later. And so a lot of people shy away from their gifts and try to hide them and suppress them. And that causes mental issues. It causes health issues. So if you're starting to witness some of that, reach out to somebody, find yourself a mentor and have them help you to fully understand those gifts.
And find out journal everything you do and see.
Yeah, so everybody next Monday night, bring your birth charts. Have your birth charts there. We're going to take some looks.
We'll look at the degrees. We'll look at naturally water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpios, naturally intuitive. Where that falls, it could fall in the 12th house. It could fall in the 8th house. That will also be able to tell you what gifts and then by the different degrees. I thought that was super interesting this week when I found that out from her.
Mm-hmm, it is. I was still married to my first wife. The kids, they were always wondering, how I knew where they were. Well, Scorpio.
You couldn't hide anything from a Scorpio dad.
Nope. I'd be like, cop a squat. Is there something you need to tell me? No. Are you sure? You just copped a squat. Okay.
They know it. They can feel it. Water signs feel everything.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Scorpios are good lie detectors too. We just as soon as we hear it, we're like, okay, I just caught that. We're just going to listen and see what else you say.
You're good detectives. You're good detectives to have on cases. They're great murder detectives.
I thought about that at one time. I think it's probably too late in my my years to pick that up, but that doesn't mean I can't help on stuff. So it's an idea. Hey, Kathy, how you doing? Randy Hummels, Lori said she has her birth chart on CoStar. I don't think I've heard of that site, but be worth checking out. I've got mine printed off somewhere around here, somewhere.
I've got it saved somewhere.
I'll find it.
On my phone.
Or I'll print it off again. Yeah, I've got Astromax too. I think that's what it calls, Astromax.
Astromatrix.
Astromatrix. Yes.
That's an awesome app. I look at it every day.
Yeah.
And you will know exactly what your planets are doing on that day, daily. It's great. It's a great app.
And that, I don't use that to guide what I should be doing during the day, or what should be happening. I use it to understand what's happening. So I'll wait till the middle of the afternoon in order to look at it. Then I can say, okay, this is why this happened. This is why that happened. I understand that. Now I can deal with that a little bit better. Because if I read it before, like in the morning, I'm just going to naturally expect things to happen. So I'm going to be putting all that out to the universe. So guess what? It's going to happen.
It will.
Yeah. You're manifesting it. So I try to wait till later in the day, and then just see. Usually it's pretty spot on. If I sit back and think about it. I had something I was going to say and I blanked out big time. That means something else is coming in. Looking at a couple of the comments here, we were talking about good karma. Renee Coate, teaching kindergarten, she should have a ton of good karma. That I can't disagree with that. That job would be tremendously difficult. I'm sure it can be rewarding as well, but I don't think that's a job that I could do.
I couldn't do it
and be happy. I really don't think I could. A couple hours of grandkids, that's okay. I got them loaded up on sugar. Here you go. Don't get me wrong. I love them to death, but yeah, just kids in general. I love kids, but I'm in a place where mine are grown. I got grandkids. That's the way it is. It's just not a job for me. So kudos that you can do that. We were talking about the temper thing. Nikki, she's like, she's only got road rage. And I tell you what, today I almost did. But I'm like, okay, just calm down. They're slowing me down for a reason. I don't know what the reason is. Twice. And eventually I saw the reason. Eventually I did find the reason. On the way to Odell on the delivery route for Napa, I get behind this truck with a big wet paint sign. They're painting lines. And it's going about 10 miles an hour. I'm like, okay. And then it stops right in the middle of the highway, right on a curve, right as you come up over a hill. Very bad spot. I'm sitting there thinking, okay, there's a truck going to hit me. Semi's going to come over and it's going to nail me. I'm going to be a key sandwich, in between this truck and that truck. That didn't happen, thankfully. I kept watching. I did have the shoulder I could take off on it if I needed to. But it just sat there in the highway for 10, 15 minutes. And then finally it went off and turned and I could go. And then later on, I got behind two combines doing about 20, 25 down the highway. So after 2 or 3 miles, where there was an intersection, I'm like, okay, if they don't turn, I'm turning. If they go, whichever way they go, I'm not going. So they turned, I got going. Well, on the way back into Wymore, I'm on this country road. I'm coming over a hill, I'm over on my side, but there's this combine with a full header on it going all the way across the road. I slammed on my brakes. I kind of did the sideways thing a little bit. He went, oh crap, went over into about halfway into the ditch, and I had just enough room to scrape by. So if I wouldn't have got slowed down, I probably would have taken the top of the car off, because that's right where it would have hit, right in the windshield. Boom. So even though, getting slowed down can upset you, there's always a reason. We may not see it.
That's right.
So you always got to look for, okay, why is this happening? What's the possibility of, that happening? So instead of getting angry, try to think things through and just tell yourself, okay, this is where I'm supposed to be right now. Yeah, I'm going to be a little late. It's better than getting in an accident or, whatever. Ding. Okay. We are still getting comments are coming through from the 2 pages that are open. That's awesome. I always got to check just to make sure everything's working okay. Not that we've had tech issues or anything.
Just a couple.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I just buzzed through an article checking on, Jupiter going direct, and yeah, we hit it pretty good. And in a 4-month retrograde period, Jupiter represents luck, abundance, growth, and success. Ruling planet of optimistic Sagittarius, go with the flow, Pisces. But Jupiter is not in its comfort zone right now. It doesn't hand out the goods to just anyone. You better work. So yeah, we hit that pretty good.
Jupiter is it's the planet of abundance.
Yes. Oh, there's my daughter. Hi, Ash. Yeah, I know. It's in my office. I got both windows open. This is my office. She takes care of me. That's my daughter. She takes care of me. She looks out for me. Good to see you on here, girl. So anybody tuning in, we were talking about, like I said, Jupiter going direct. The wildfires on, the California coast. That whole coast burning up, and they're moving in. So if you see anybody out suspicious, and then there's a fire, pay attention to what kind of car it is, a license plate. They're still out there trying to spread this stuff. I love you too, girl.
And also with Saturn direct coming up, they are going to clamp down. We're going to see a lot of arrests being made. I know people are uneasy with a lot of the lawlessness that's going on, but I really think that they're going to clamp down hard.
Yes, they are. So we got the wildfires moving in towards the center of the country. We have all the rioting in all the different cities. That's still going on strong. Every time a criminal gets taken out, just recently one tried to attack an officer with a machete. There's body cam footage of it, and he was a known criminal, and they shot him and killed him, but they were protecting themselves. The guy was attacking them with a machete, bringing a knife to a gunfight. Not smart. And they started rioting over that. If protest, don't riot, don't burn your own people's businesses to the ground. That makes no sense. This is all, I'm going to stop because I'm going to get political.
Well, and again, you have Saturn going direct at the end of September. All of these people that have done things in a lawless manner, burning, looting, this will all come back to haunt them when Saturn goes direct. So you're going to see whiplash like you've never seen before.
Absolutely. Some of them are getting instant karma, falling off statues that they're trying to rip down, starting themselves on fire with their own Molotov cocktail,
To me, this is nothing short of domestic terrorism.
It is. That's exactly what it is. It really is.
Terrorism. This is not, I'm an old hippie, so I'm all for protests and being peace and love, not war.
Nothing wrong with that.
But I'm not for violence. I'm for safety in the country, and to me, it's terrorism. It's domestic terrorism.
Yeah, it is. look at all the people out there, I'll say protesting the protesters. They're having parades. They're demonstrating. They're verbalizing, but they're not looting. They're not setting businesses on fire. They're not shooting each other. They're peaceful. Huge parades, and the media is not covering it. They refuse to cover it because it doesn't fit their agenda. Oh, go ahead. I know what I remember what I wanted to say, but go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
So we got the fires, we got the rioting, and then we have the hurricanes. We have 5 hurricanes right now. Well, not hurricanes yet. They are tropical storms, tropical cyclones. They are heading towards the United States, towards the Gulf, towards Florida. We have Sally, Paulette, Renee, Teddy, and Vicky. This has not happened since 1971, September of 1971, when there were 6. So I'm kind of curious where the planets were in 1971 in September. That may be something we have to look at. Yeah, Nikki, that's right. The attempted assassination of 2 deputies in LA. Exactly. So we just had 2 hurricanes come in and hit side by side at the same time. Crossfire hurricanes. Now we got 5 more coming in. Boom, 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 boom. This year, I tell you what, this is a year of reset. Look at all the destruction, but there's an Indian god, I believe, and I cannot remember her name, so I'm going to apologize to her. But she's like an elephant head. She's the god of destruction, but she's also the god of creation. So if she feels she has to destroy a city, civilization, what have you, she uses what she destroyed to rebuild a new and better thing. So out of destruction comes creation. So hopefully that's what's going to happen here. Hopefully, eventually it's not going to happen overnight, but hopefully we see that happening here, especially after November. Hopefully we see these things recreating better. Okay, thank you. Shiva, yes, thank you, Randy. And thank you, Nikki. Sally is now a hurricane, category 2. So it's building.
Yeah, December 21st is when hopefully we should get semi back to normal. That's when the planets really end this phase that we started back in December of a year ago.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a ride, let me tell you.
We're getting there.
We are getting there. Patience.
Saturn going direct, Jupiter going direct. That will ease up so much of this really hard Capricorn, very stifling, very restrictive energy.
Yes. Okay. Yep. Thank you. Randy's right. Ganesh is the elephant head. I had it mixed up. Like I said, that's why I apologize before, I got to polish up on all that. It's in here somewhere. I just got to get it all put back together because it's
this year. I'm waiting for Godzilla this year. I'm waiting for Godzilla to come out of the ocean. That's next.
And in my mind, it's possible. Look, Fukushima is still leaking radiation into the ocean after how many years? Who knows what's lurking around down there now?
I know.
It's crazy.
So we have squares to go through as well this fall too.
What?
A couple of squares to go through this fall too. There's one coming at the end of September to be careful of, but the closer we get to those, but we can make it through those. We've made them through them all year.
Right. We can, when they happen, we can, get on here and discuss them and say, okay, this is what you need. This is what's going to happen. This is what you need to get through it. We got you.
Yes.
Squares.
Squares are like flies that continually bite you.
4 corners to stub your little toe on.
Yeah.
Anybody got any questions out there? There's a lot going on. There's a lot to understand. We got 8 people watching. And evidently nobody's got any questions.
We will have more next week. We'll be a little bit more prepared.
Yeah, and I'll throw it out beforehand a little more too. Since we know, already what we're going to be discussing, I'll throw that out during the week.
And it's interesting to find out because psychic development is huge. And I think when you can look on your natal chart and that's what you came down here with. I mean, Ingrid hit mine spot. It was spot dead on. And it does help to know. It'll help you to one might be if you have a placement with a degree near water. Well, maybe I go sit by a river or I do something in water. That will enhance my spiritual gifts. It's all out there. Fire.
Yeah.
It could be with a drum, any type of, every degree means something different in the zodiac. So it was really interesting to me that she hit that. She's very good. Mm-hmm. But to me, I thought, well, that's right, because this is something that I think you're born with, that you develop as you get older and as you go on in your path.
Yeah, when you're younger, you're more concerned with going out and having fun, and then you start a family, so all your concentration is there, so you're not really paying attention a whole lot like you should. Once you get a little older, you start relaxing a little bit more, you start sitting back a little bit more, and then you start noticing these things a little more, the synchronicities, the signs. They're everywhere. They're all around us. Synchronicities, those, that truck, those 2 combines slowing me down so I don't get this chopped off in the car by the one that was on the gravel road.
That's true.
Just, paying attention. If you notice something and you feel it, that's a sign.
And I think it's very important to do that if you have children that show gifts or abilities. It's shown at an early age to really help to work with that child, because they don't know that they're different. They think what they are seeing, everybody else is seeing. So for a child to be able to see lights around people and see auras, they think everybody else sees that.
Yeah,
they don't know that it's any different.
Yeah, or see spirits or spirit animals, or they have their own intuition where they know what's going to happen. Papa, don't go outside. There's a wreck. It's like, no, there's not a wreck. Well, there might be. Wait for it.
And I think that's important to work with them and help them to develop it so that they don't feel so isolated.
Absolutely.
Or when you realize that nobody else sees that stuff, then they're lost. There's no direction whatsoever. And then it can really harm a child into becoming pretty dysfunctional because they realize that they are different.
Yep. Yeah, and they're forced to suppress. So they're not ridiculed, and that can really do some damage as well.
I think it does a lot of damage. I mean, I think it blocks chakras. I think it does a lot of damage because the energy, and normally people with clairvoyant abilities, their energy level can skyrocket to the point of light switches. You can burn up phones. You can burn up computers. You can burn stick shifts in cars. You can catch vacuums on fire. And you have to learn to control that.
Yeah, arcing.
You will blow up
Arcing.
everything.
Yeah, it's called arcing. Yeah, if you're still on, yeah, you can burn up carpet shampooers. What's that?
Chips on debit cards are really they blow quick.
Yep.
I mean, those you can go through like 20 of those a year.
Yeah, if I'm in a hurry, if I'm getting stressed and I'm trying to, get in and get out, somebody's talking to me when I gotta go. I gotta try that chip 3 or 4 times before, I gotta just sit back, breathe. Okay, there we go. We got it.
Or they malfunction.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are little signs that your energy is not balanced.
Yep. Yeah.
Or you flip on a light switch and all the bulbs blow. That's a good one. That's another sign. There are little signs that are not normal.
Or when you get up and you go to reach for the light switch, you're 3 foot away from it, and this blue and purple electric spark lightning goes from your finger over to the light switch and blows the light switch apart. That's interesting. I was having a bad night that night, and it hurt. It hurt. So I did a lot of grounding after that. It scared the hell out of me.
Yeah. Those are some of the indications. But I think as soon as you, like you say, I think the best advice is to find a mentor, find somebody. And if you can't find somebody, ask spirit to bring someone to you. That person, I guarantee, will show up.
Yeah, and a lot of times, if you're paying attention, that person will naturally show up in your life. Just all of a sudden, boom, here's this person. Hey, you having some issues? Maybe I can help with that. And, that's it. If you're ready, that happens a lot. I was ready for, all of this paranormal shit show that I was going through to be done. And I fought to get, the dead files here. And then all of a sudden, here's Steve. What's up? It was just the timing. I was ready. And spirit sent my mentor. So,
like, you have to ask, and you are shown. I've asked for every spiritual teacher that I've been in contact with. I have asked for, and they are here within the next day, to 2 days.
Yep.
They're in my life, and they just appear.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Steve told me I'd have 3 more teachers, coming before me for certain aspects of this field. One's quite dark, but that helps me learn how to deal with the darker things. So,
absolutely,
it's all in how you handle it. But I don't think anybody's got any questions. It is 7:48, and I know you got to get up in the morning.
Yes.
Go to work. So I am going to pop off of here. Thank you, everybody, for joining in tonight. Hope we kept you at least a little entertained. Hopefully helping you figure out how to get through things. That's kind of our main purpose for doing this. So thanks again, and we shall see you next Monday. Same bat time, same bat channel.
See ya.